promised you'd never tell anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, but Dan, when are you going to see Saka making a pass to Gyökeres? They have to be on the pitch at the same time. Martin Elliott can't start Victor. Lucky Singh, man. Like, there is a book in you. Like, the way you spell different names is just absolutely... Martin Elliott. Here we go. Well, do you know what? If it's the first time he's been on, let's do a little drum roll, shall we? Only because it takes me bloody ages. And this is what we call professional. Greyborn joins us. Where are you from, Greyborn? Where are you at?
Do I really want to answer, considering that we lost against them last week?
Oh, God, no. Right, remove. Where's the remove button? The Bournemouth.
Yes, unfortunately.
No, it's a lovely part of the world. I'm so pleased for you all.
No, I don't agree.
Anyway, Bournemouth is full of pensioners, and there's one here.
Yeah, you can sod off.
I wish they'd played some of them. They all look pretty sprightly for my liking. I do like Bournemouth. It winds me up when it's a team I quite like and a manager that I really like. And he's leaving.
Yes, I was going to say that. He's not renewing his contract.
That's the Arsenal effect. Play Arsenal, get promoted.
We don't know he's been promoted yet. I mean, promoted above Bournemouth. No, he's done an amazing job.
Promoted in the sense, it sounds like he's going to a better team, right? So,
well, Man United are sniffing around him. So no.
So maybe not.
Yeah, not being funny. Man United are sniffing around anyone in it. Well, everyone and everyone they can get.
First time you've had a manager that's actually winning games, and they're looking around at everyone else. It's just a shit show, isn't it? Lucky Singh, all the time in the world for you, but your club is a shite show. It's too late to be changing MLS's position back to the position he spent his entire career playing. Oh, Benny from Berlin. How good to see you. And that sounded sarcastic.
That sounds weird because didn't Moreno play a position he hadn't played in what?
That wasn't ideal. Either.
No, but he played it and he played it well, right? So it obviously can work. We're talking about somebody who's 1 year removed from playing that position.
Look at this. It's a flouse. We're doing it, guys. 7. Oh, what am I talking about? Yes, 7 of us. God. There's more of us up here than there is in the chat. You know that. I hope you've all clicked like. I'll be counting later. If there's 6 likes, one of you's not invited back.
Guten Tag, Benny.
Guten Abend.
Yeah. Here. See. That's so. You've picked up. That's so German. It's like first thing you do is correct someone. Just imagine he meant hello. How are you, Benny?
Well, you haven't seen me on. I've just been commenting. I had to take a social media break, as you do as an Arsenal fan. When
don't call this social media. This isn't social media. This is just social.
Go. When the going gets tough, you take a break on things that piss you off. So that's what I've been doing. I think tomorrow I think we should win, but obviously our form is not great. But I mean I'm just trying to put the Bournemouth defeat behind me, and just we just kind of shoulder on and let the manager complete what he can complete this season, and then at the end of the season we can judge him. So we as fans, everybody's doom and gloom, but we just have to. There's not much we can do. We need to soldier on with the team, I guess, and see what they can do. And hopefully they get lucky, because their current form is not very. Yeah, it's not very.
I think you know what. If we have a fairly convincing performance against Sporting tomorrow, and this isn't me saying I think we will, but I'm just saying if it's a 3-0 tomorrow, and we get a 0-0 at the Etihad, the season is absolutely. I mean. Man City, I don't think catches. Oh, stop it! He's going to wind Boytendi you up. Look, yes, we are the most annoying because we matter to everyone. City don't matter to anyone, not even to United fans. That's a very good point. Well made. Interesting how the City turnaround is being attributed to Pep giving Cherki freedom to roam and license. I do wish we had one player who was allowed to run around and do what they wanted. the return of the 10, they're calling it. And I also think that in a couple of seasons, people will laugh at how much he's being overhyped. If we beat City at the Etihad, bro, imagine the scenes. It will be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It will remind me of 97, 98 in, was it March when we went to Old Trafford and Overmars scored and had that fan on telly going...
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I saw him after another match in the Gunners after a match, wearing the same jacket, looking exactly the same.
Actually, it's funny you say that because he was shown... they did a picture of him then and a picture of him now, and he doesn't look that different.
No, he's not. He's not one for changing, it would seem.
Changing jacket.
Right.
Arteta doesn't rate the other options at DM. No, and this is part of the thing that Arteta doesn't rate the other options. But that's what, unfortunately, you can't play the entire season with your front 11 and expect them to be fit as fiddles at the end. Martin Elliott is fucking bang. It's classic. Please make sure you're subbed to the panelists. And then there's all these links. Where's Areola going? We think Club Bilbao or Man United. I think he's going back to Spain because that makes sense. Gabriel Haynes said Nicholas Hover and Arteta himself are quite eccentric, emotional characters. Would the players benefit from a club legend to come in as a voice midweek just to relax the players? I like the little sketch I did, which is an awful thing to admit, but, I've got a bit of arrogance about me. Who cares? But I did like the idea of someone like Mickey Holloway going, when I did this mock press conference where they were like, are the players scared to win the Premiership? And he's like, I've had a word with him. I'm pretty sure they're scared of other things now. So I just would quite like them to go in there and just do an Arsene Wenger and walk into the dressing room and not say anything. Just go. Whose leg do I have to break first? One of you go out there and lift some silverware, or I will kill all of you. And maybe that would work. Look, all these links. Please pop over to and sub to Gary. It depends on how he performs tonight because he's obscuring his camera, so he's already lost a fan in Zanzi. Okay, so I think we're compelled by dint of the fact that we are in fact an Arsenal channel. I do think we should spend a little bit of time. I'm going to start with you, Greyborn. Weird. I'm going to start with you, Greyborn. Actually, do you know what? Does this help if you're doing that? Whoa. He's enjoyed that. Human contact. Right, so... form is temporary, class is permanent. We'll see the real Arsenal at the Etihad, won't we, Greyborn?
Well, I should bloody hope so. To be honest, the word like everyone's been saying, it's like the form hasn't been great, and from what I've seen as well, as like I previously said, all we're trying to do is walk it back into the net again, like going back to how we used to play. To be honest, like I've said in the comments as well, like really, I know this is probably going a little bit off topic, but when you sort the team out and build it around a couple of players by naming like Declan Rice for one and Victor Gyökeres as another.
But how do you feel about Gyökeres? Because do you rate him? Do you think he's around next season?
Obviously, yes, he's had previous experience in the Prem, sort of, but that was more like behind closed doors.
He never scored a goal for he was at Coventry.
He was at Brighton at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't score a single goal for them.
Or was that not in a friendly?
What did he? What do you mean?
Wasn't he playing in the friendly? I swear, I might have read it wrong. I do apologise if I have.
No, he's not. He didn't score. I know because I'm married into a Brighton family, as I never told.
Oh right.
Yeah, they don't rate him. They're like, he left, went to Coventry, played really well, went to Sporting. Yeah. I couldn't quite get my head around how he didn't score against Sporting because you'd think he would have, back in Portugal, the magic would have returned.
Yeah.
I find myself in an odd position because I didn't want him and I wanted a Šeško, but I think Šeško's vastly more technically gifted player than Gyökeres. But I have fallen in love with Gyökeres because of his attitude.
Yeah, Gyökeres never played a game in the Premier for Brighton.
Oh,
he played four League Cup games and scored one goal.
Oh, that's probably what I saw.
That much. Oh, Bobby. When are we going to get you a microphone? I've been saving up all my pennies to get you a microphone.
Probably. Can you hear it correctly?
I can. It's a little bit Star Warsy, and I think I quite like it. It's like when Princess Leia saves Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt's palace, and she has that voice distorter on.
Yes.
But by the time we reconnect on Sunday, the audio will be better. The form will be a lot better. But that is just
particularly because you can buy a microphone for £14.
I might very well do that. But to be honest, what it is my laptop.
Right. Well, I was going to say I'll send you a microphone. I'm not sending you a laptop. Zanzi said he'll build you one. R2B2.
Two tin cans and a string. That'll be all right.
Yes, that'll do. Well, listen, I'm going to do a show tomorrow. I don't think you'll have... If you've got microphones sorted out or if you just want to shout for tomorrow, we're going to do a stream after the show tomorrow because we're either out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League or we are about to win the Champions League. It's binary if as an Arsenal fan. Because Atletico will batter them. We beat them 4-0 and we'll probably... Paris Saint-Germain... Bayern we beat 3-1. If Paris Saint-Germain... Yeah, we'll win. We're winning the Champions League. Did I forget to tell everyone?
Be nice.
But I'll see you. Hopefully, if you can't make it on tomorrow because of your audio, Sunday it is. Thanks so much for being here. You're an absolute hero.
That's the look for the rest of tomorrow.
I'm just going to nod politely and pretend I heard anything you said.
I can't hear anything.
No, that's why we call him Bad Audio Bobby. It's not even a bad name, is it? You're an absolute hero. See you Sunday, if not before. Legend.
If Bobby had been a voice for one of the old Doctor Who's, he would have really frightened me.
That's it. My Star Wars reference was lost on people. Arteta and his coaching staff are UEFA licensed coaches, but do you often think surely millions of Arsenal fans all seeing the same problem can't be wrong against Arteta and co, despite their Aklak? Do you know what? It's a really good question. But can I go round? Because I would answer Benny, because you look the angriest of everyone. Don't ruin it by smiling. It's too late for that now. Can you just say, like... Don't say how you're feeling because I think I'd be frightened, but just say, what do you think to this question? Do you think that there is... Because we are all talking about the same things, aren't we?
I mean, like, everybody talks about the same problems in Arsenal. I hear it on Tom Canton's, Harry Simeo. Like, so I'm sure Arteta and his coaches are not alien. They are intelligent coaches. They know, they can see the problems on the pitch. And I think I saw his press conference today. He was a bit frustrated. It wasn't like, normally after a loss, he's giving this like calm, measured press conference. And today was a bit of, well, it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like his normal calm demeanor. So he's seeing the problems. Like I'm more for blaming the manager. He does have a part to play in this, but like some of those players, oh my God, they yeah. I was so angry on Saturday. That performance was just
That's fair. Listen, I think that's what you're touching on. I think is the point that keeps getting made, and I agree with every time it's made. It's like it's a point where we're almost certain, surely, that Mikel Arteta isn't coaching the players to pass the ball wide or not cross the ball or not shoot on target. So you do have to put something down to players. But I was a little bit when the only thing I could tolerate on Saturday, I watched the game and then I watched a little bit of I had to leave the house, but I did catch a bit of Sophie Nicolau and I've forgotten the guy's name on there now, and he was saying, is it the players or is it Arteta? And I was like, hang on, we can't be doing this for 4 years. 4 years of is it Arteta or is it the players? Well, it can't be all the players. Certainly at a point you go, maybe he's not getting the energy right in the pre-match kickoff. So I don't know. But to your point, I think you make well, is he's obviously not coaching them to go out there and play badly. I think the nerves have just got to them though, no? Sean?
I think my working theory is they're being overcoached, and they're too risk averse, and it's so risk averse that it's a risk.
Yeah.
I want to see him give them a little bit more freedom and take a punt and give it a go. And we've got a brilliant defense that can cover for them if they make a couple of mistakes going forward. But they're not. That they're failing to get chances by not trying to take them. I just think that our front six needs to just relax a little bit and say, just go out and have some fun.
Yeah. I think Madueke could stop having quite so much fun, please. I would just say the only coaching I would give Madueke is if you've beaten your man, then don't beat him again. Just that'll do. You've got past him. Don't stop, stand on the ball, wait for him to come back and that was fun and do it again, because it's getting a bit much now.
I'm just wondering whether this coaching license is like a driving license, and the fact that you were taught how to pass a test, and that's all. When you pass your test, then you learn to drive, and once you pass your test, you get all these old people driving around at 25 miles an hour down the motorway thinking, oh, isn't it? Or driving a caravan through the lanes of Devon saying, oh, there's not many cars around there, but if you look to the rearview mirror, there'd be a whole fucking queue of cars. And then you get the other
fundamental difference, though, is that Mikel Arteta was at a Barcelona academy at the age of 8. He's been around football and done nothing but play football, some of the biggest clubs in the world, some big games. And I don't think it's the coaching badge that made it. I think they learn a lot in the FIFA coaching badges. But I honestly think that he has the same problem that many young people have when they get leadership roles, which is it's hard to admit when you're wrong. And so you double down and you stick with things that aren't necessarily working because they should work in theory and they're not working. And I think we can all see it, because we're not as attached to the idea in the first place. It's very easy to point out someone's doing something wrong. It's harder to accept when you're doing something wrong. Are you pointing at me or at the screen? What are you doing, Benny? What is this manners? I'm sick of this. Just shout out. There's 6 people in a panel on a YouTube football channel, and we're not talking over each other. Let me land this point. I've been dying to say that for weeks. I don't even know what it means.
I'm trying to give you an indication I want to go next. I get what's the nice gentleman on the right? What's his name again?
Top right or bottom right?
You mean right. Sean? He's a nice boy.
Top of the Brady Bunch. Sean.
Yeah, Sean. I get what you and Sean are saying. I understand I understand the conservative nature, and I understand the passing back. I understand the goalkeeper holding the ball for God knows how long, and Ben White, God knows what he's doing on throw-ins. What I can't understand is what I couldn't understand on Saturday was the attitude they came out with. It was as if I didn't want to come and talk about it here, but I'm still talking about it.
Do you mean in the first half or in the game in general? Because I think first half there was that moment Gyökeres nearly blocked the ball
Bournemouth looked like the home team. That's what Bournemouth looked like. I watched.
But do you think that the fans brought enough lunch? I don't think they brought enough lunch. And Arteta said, "Bring your lunch." I didn't see anyone having lunch, and I'm really annoyed about that.
Finished their dessert early. It was just. I mean, the players, even if it was a conservative approach, I'm not disputing that. They didn't even show up. There was no energy in any of them. They played like they were wolves. It was just a disgusting performance in my estimation. No matter the approach the manager took, the players didn't look like they knew it was a Premiership game. They thought it was maybe, I think, first round of the.
See, I'm going to open this up. My thoughts on this were that they were too emotional to start with. That they were trying too hard, and they were trying to, instead of just composing themselves, looking for passes and putting a foot on the ball in the midfield. David Raya was putting his foot on the ball, but nobody else seemed to want to have the ball for more than a hot second. And, then there was all this discussion earlier where they were saying, oh, David Raya kicks the ball long. In the game against Bournemouth, actually, statistically, he passed short more than he normally does. And I just think that Bournemouth system where they have the one player who can either push into midfield or sit back, and you have to wait to see what he's going to do. That's when you go long or short. I just think we're nervous. I think there's too much on it. But I'd also want to say, before I forget any further, On the Stoop with Lolo. Is this a link from your stream, Gary? Wonderful. Look at that. We're cross-fertilizing YouTube. Lovely. Lovely to see you.
Thanks, Lolo.
And if we're out of the UCL tomorrow, then Arteta is a dead man walking. Boytendio, if I just met you now, I'd be like, this guy's really neggy. A couple of weeks ago, it was all quad loading. Now you're like, kill him. I don't know if I'd sack him. I am not sure why we're all having conversations about sacking Mikel Arteta. Surely we can all wait. I know this is the Amazon Prime generation where, I ordered something earlier and it's not arriving till tomorrow. But I think we can all wait a month to sack Arteta, can't we? Can we just if it's still possible that he could win the Premier League, I'm not entertaining any dismissal talk. Is that reasonable? Is anyone disagreeing with that?
I'll say keep him till the end of the season and then see what he does, you know what I mean? But obviously, yes, I'm a bit of 50-50 with Arteta in, Arteta out sort of thing. It's just obviously he's been with us now in 6 seasons now nearly. And yes, the first 2 seasons wasn't great. I personally myself, I didn't want him in. But and then obviously as time progressed and everything else, and we've got to know him as a manager a bit more, the question still arises, is he the type of manager that will get us over that line?
Only time will tell, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess I do the bailout thing. I'm not Arteta in or out. I'm Arsenal in. And is Arteta good for Arsenal?
I don't think anyone's talking about sacking Arsenal.
Not yet, anyway.
No, but
would you not agree?
No, but I mean,
okay,
you're being funny. You're being funny, but I mean,
no, but you just said this. Look, no one's okay. Let me facetiousness to one side. The debate is not Arsenal in or Arsenal out. So to reframe it as that doesn't make sense. You can either. I think I take the same view as Greyborn. I think I've said that over and over again. I was on Judge Mo earlier, and people were saying, I've never supported the manager of a football club in my life. I've supported the football club.
Yeah.
That's that. I support Arsenal. At the moment, I do see that if you're second for 4 years running, it's hard to sell that to people as progress. Every year we do slightly better. We don't. Like last year we did slightly worse. This year we've done slightly better. But if we throw it away from here, I don't think it will be as good as 23-24. So that's not progress. And let me put it another way, which I don't think I've had a chance to say it this way before. Winning the Premier League is incredibly difficult. Many are called and very few are chosen. 12 men in history have achieved it. I don't think it marks you out as some sort of psychopath like he's being accused of being because you don't quite manage it, even if you've tried your absolute hardest. But unfortunately, as a club with aspirations to win the Premier League, we weren't built in 1886 to give Arteta one more go at it. Let him have another go. No, it's the point where you go, look, you've had a lot of money, all the players you wanted, and over the last 4 seasons, you've come very close, but now we think we're going to get a finisher in. Just like if he was a striker at Arsenal Football Club, after a while, if you don't bring in the goals expected, you're replaced. Everybody's replaceable.
Yes.
Even David Dean, who shouldn't have been. But the point is, I don't have a problem with Arteta. And I would like to say that since we are now in the middle of April officially, with it's only another 40 days to go, can we all just wait 40 days and then decide? Because if he doesn't win anything, I think he should probably walk for that. And not because I don't like him, because I think the job is, can you go and get us silverware? Absolutely. What did you get? Nothing. Okay, well, cheers then. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I say something though? Where has this narrative that Sporting are just gonna destroy us at the Emirates? I think before the
who's saying that? What there's someone saying that Sporting are going to beat us?
the fans are like, "Oh yeah, we're going to get turned over tomorrow," and I'm like,
I can explain that. If it's a genuine question, if you really want to know the answer, if it's a rhetorical question, I don't understand the point of those.
It's
well,
kind
of the point of a rhetorical question.
I mean, it's also like I don't understand where this kind of it's germinated from. Obviously, us getting beat at Bournemouth. But
it's not. It's not to do with that. It's to do with 100 voices all saying something at the same time. 90 of them saying the obvious rational thing, and 10 of them saying the wacky thing. You will hear the wacky thing. That's it. Most normal human beings are going, no, I don't think we'll get turned over by Sporting, but we might lose. But I think we'll beat Sporting. And the 10 people go, we're going to get battered 5-0. You hear those and you respond to them and they agitate you. But I've not heard anyone say we're getting turned over by Sporting. And I always say the same thing to people if they come up with something wacky like that. So you're going to make a fortune at the bookies, aren't you? Just get your life savings on that. You get great odds against Sporting at the moment. No one really thinks we'll get turned over by Sporting. But I didn't think we'd lose to Sporting in the Europa League when we lost to them after that ridiculous strike that levelled it and then the penalties. You know, I don't know. If you could predict what was going to happen in football, you probably wouldn't watch it, would you?
No.
I certainly wouldn't have watched Bournemouth. I did a video just before the Bournemouth. I mean, I had breakfast with the family, and I was like, the stats are showing this will be a 1-1, you know. I really think this is going to be a 1-1. And I really didn't think it was going to be a 2-1. But that's life, isn't it? That is life. I didn't think Brighton would beat a 3-0 in the 22-23 season where I thought we could still win it. This is another great comment by Boy Tendia, though. The issue with coaches and fans not seeing the same images is that the coaches are closer to the mosaic. They can see more details, but probably can't see the full macro and meta patterns like fans. There's a brilliant book, I've forgotten who wrote it, called The Wisdom of Crowds, which is really interesting. When you get lots of people to make a decision, it's unerringly accurate, which is really counterintuitive to what you'd expect. But I recommend the book Wisdom of Crowds because it kind of goes into this detail. I think, what do you do, though, if you're Arteta? I think sometimes you just have to admit you were wrong. I don't know who the lineup he could play. I don't really care who he plays against Sporting tomorrow. I think I can't get myself enthused by it, sorry. Partly because of what Sean said earlier, which is like, great, we get to play Atletico a really crunch part of the season over 2 legs. Hey, I think I'd rather just go out tomorrow and win on Sunday. If that's the deal, I'm taking that deal. And if anyone doesn't understand that, is anyone else on that page?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'd take the win over Man City and go out in the Champions League.
Yeah, and then have them laugh at us. Go, you didn't win it. Sorry, what?
I'd take a draw against City.
Yeah, I don't think our fan base has the nerves to live on if we get a draw.
Can everyone else hear Zanzi? I haven't been able to hear him for about the last half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't heard anything he said, or he
nothing, just him. I can hear everyone else except him.
Say something, Zanzi.
See his lips moving.
Hello.
You really didn't hear that?
I haven't heard anything for ages.
Maybe if I move you over here. Is that better?
Can you hear me now?
No.
I'll translate. How's that? Managers are meant to have a feel for it, but the game is all stats and data now. I think that's an easy thing to say. I think obviously stats and data play a part, but I think, you saw when he played Max Dowman, I saw it in his eyes. So obviously that wasn't data because no data is telling you to play a 15-year-old. If anything, the lawyers are going, please don't play a 50, please don't let him. Arteta's press conference reminds me of a friend preparing for a divorce. Sandeep, great comment. Just a thought, at least. I like manager and assistant management. Be frary and get players back correct. Culture side. Okay. Martinelli footballing IQ is really poor. Usually the very pacey players. Senlak, I don't think I can disagree with that. I think he's an instinctively brilliant player. But if he gets 20 seconds to think, it's all over, isn't it? Like if he gets a couple of seconds to think about it, if you put the ball at his feet and he's got to do that goal he scored against Donnarumma, like with the through ball from Eze and the chip, like one type, brilliant.
All the one against Bayern Munich. That's why it was just instinct. He just didn't even think about it. When he has to think about it, it all goes wrong. If you look at him, if he has to think about anything, it's like Jesus. Every extra touch is further away from getting to the prizes.
Did you think he looked quite good against Bournemouth, though, Jesus? I thought he looked better. I mean, I don't know.
Well, better from what, though? I mean,
than Southampton, yeah. Better than dreadful.
I mean, there's levels to this thing, and he's still. I mean,
I think he's a 4 out of 10.
You're winding me up, Dan. Come on.
No, I thought you.
I'm on the wind up. Dan is on the wind up. Come on,
I'm genuinely not. I'm genuinely not.
Oh, come on.
Wait, what do you think I said? I didn't say he was world class. I said he looked better.
You didn't. What is better? What is better?
Better is better than Southampton.
Oh my God.
He had fewer touches in a goalpost. Do you know what I mean? Like he was the corner flag saw more of the game than Jesus did against Southampton. I couldn't tolerate anything on Saturday. So Boxfresh says he said, "Bring your dinner," and left us hungry. Oh, poetic. He took time this press conference because he knew them words come back. He knows he needs a performance. That's what I would say to Arteta. So do me a favour, go out there and just fucking shut up. Or when they say who's going to play tomorrow, stop acting like it's some sort of incredible game of logical cat and mouse. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to play. Well, what the fuck are we doing here then? Because that's what we're here. Like, by the way, you're going to go out there and they're going to go, who are you playing tomorrow? Who's fit? And you're going to go, I'm not telling you that. And you're going to say that to every question they ask you. You could have just spent 10 more minutes. Have a fucking... Just somebody explain to me what the point of a press conference is. Because it seems to be just, can you give... opposition fans ammunition to beat us with when we lose, please? Can you just go out there and say some horseshit thing about bringing your lunch or your dinner? You can buy food at the stadium. Apart from anything, if I was Josh Kroenke, I'd be going, don't tell them to bring lunches, please. Make them buy them there. Sorry for the caps. No, you're all right. I never get bothered by caps, should I? It's Arteta, but the catch is that Arteta has our defensive attitude in a better place than it's been in decades. Yeah, the problem is, Boy Tendy, I think you sum it up really well. It's all very well going in on Arteta for only having us 6 points clear with 6 games to go. But we are 6 points clear with 6 games to go. It's not the worst I've seen Arsenal. People saying, we don't play attractive football. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want the attractive football and the 6 points clear at the top of the table? Okay, well, maybe buy the club and put some Saudi money in there. Trying to get Benny in a good mood. Do you think I'm going to make it today?
Hey, let's not forget topping the group in the Champions League with 100% record.
I don't count European football.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't count European football or cup football. I only count the Bournemouth game, and we sucked. There's no cap police here. Well said, Rosie. The wait for the Premier League is the same length as Wenger's reign. Not winning it would perhaps mean the cycle has come to an end. For not just Arteta, but some players also. Saliba may now go to Madrid. I'm tired of people saying he's going to Madrid. Let him go to Madrid. He just signed a 5-year contract. Do you know how much money they'd have to give us? Buy a new training ground. I'd not... This whole idea that... like Lee Gunner did the thing. Or was it Lee Gunner or Shane Gooner? One of them was watching Saliba at the last game of last season going, tell me if that isn't a man who's going to leave. He's going to leave in summer. And now they're saying it again this summer. It's like, newsflash, he will leave one day. Am I the only one screaming at the team to play very obvious forward passes? Yes, you are. I think you're so rooted in the 80s. That's a very 80s attitude to football, forward pass. The modern game is far more about passing it laterally. What you do is you pass it sideways until the pitch miraculously spins 90 degrees, and then that way you score a goal. Is there anyone in the panel, Zanzi, just use hand gestures because Sean can't hear you, not those hand gestures. But is there anyone on the panel who does think, who hasn't at some point shouted at the fucking television going, pass it forwards? There you go. I know I was shouting things at the telly.
I was looking at the fixtures and I was still trying to figure out when Man City play Crystal Palace because it's not down yet.
No, it's not yet. We don't know yet because Palace are still in Europe. So we won't. It's likely to be the weekend of the weekend after next is the likeliest. I think the best gap, but no one knows yet.
Or knowing what the FA are going to do or the Football Premier League are going to do, they're actually going to do it after the season ends.
No, Zanzi's saying, Sean, just so you know, Zanzi's drooling on himself and saying that the FA Cup are Premier League
people. Someone help him. Someone help the man, for God's sake.
He's saying he can't hear you now, Sean.
Oh,
I can.
Lucky him.
He's saying he's nodding I can, but what he's actually saying is different somehow. Zanzi made such a good point. Oh, don't encourage him. About coaching driving license. It's a bit like doing a PhD and being assigned the title of doctor. Doesn't mean you're an expert. I think it does. Fucking hold on. Like what? I have no PhD. I have no degree. I think I've got some A levels.
Well, my brother's got a PhD and he's a doctor.
There you go.
And he's
an expert at something.
Yeah.
Spinneroony Jack. Hello. Great to see you. City fans are Chinese tourists. Guys, let's pass the ball this way. Should we just draw lines on the pitch? I've just thought that'd be a fucking great idea. Arrows on the pitch. Has anyone thought of that? Maybe they just don't know which way. They're so tired. They're like, which way are we playing again? Because I don't think they know. Because I know Odegaard doesn't know.
That's like that advert for... oh, God. What's the thing that gives you wings?
Oh, Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah.
Oh, I love a quiz. The difference is Arteta has won the Premier League as assistant manager to Pep and also not won it under Wenger when he perhaps should have. So he should have life lessons from both, yet to no avail so far. I do look at this and think there is a point where, I mean, it's like playing pool. I am absolutely terrible. I can clear the table and then miss 4 chances on the final ball every time because I start thinking about it too much. I get the yips. I start going, oh, I could win this now. And I think that's kind of what we make a bigger deal out of it than there is. But the players in this situation are feeling the pressure and they're playing like they're under pressure. And that's partly the atmosphere that you create in the dressing room, right?
That's like when players come up and they should score a penalty because it's only 12 yards out and they blast it over the crossbar.
Yeah, exactly. The penalty is a really good example of that. You're absolutely right. Like Jimmy Greaves said, how could you miss a ball from 12 yards out with just the keeper to beat? It's ridiculous. It's great. Yeah, but you're Jimmy Greaves. You're drunk. His credit score with fans aren't great. You know your credit score will matter. I think on 15 million quid a year, if there's one thing that Mikel Arteta is not worried about, is his credit score. 39 watching, 17 likes. I need to have a word with you, Dan. You've just come in here, right? You've not bought around. You've got Gary's curtains for free. You've got to listen to Bad Audio Bobby. Sean's now turned the lights off in rage and protest. I just don't know where to start with these people. We're not doing another moment of work until you've clicked like. How's that? Greyborn, have you clicked
I've already
like?
liked. Yes, I was the last person to like.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I hope not. Here we go. Adare06, in a very binary way. If we lose to City, sack Arteta in the fucking tunnel. I don't know if that's your best strategy if you're still technically at top of the Premier League. I know that you'll be upset, but maybe let's not do that. But welcome. In a sort of bad mood that you're in. Well, let's see if we can change that a little bit. Strangely, for a club to finish in the top 2 year in, year out, do you think we are a spoilt panel? No, I don't think anyone wants to finish second. But I will open it up. Gary? It's your turn to answer this question.
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
Please speak in sentences.
No, I don't want to finish second. I don't want to finish just out of wherever I want to be. I mean, Arteta is his 5th attempt, right? He missed out on Champions League by 1 spot. Now he's missed out on trophy, Premier League trophy by 1 spot. No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I mean, it shows. I mean, I think you have to look at the other progress we've made, right? We were competing on just 1 front, and now we're competing on 4. So, if you want to look for some progress, there's progress there now. But
don't.
Is that what you're
going to get triggered as well? You're going to trigger people.
I mean, it's not what you want, but it is what it is, right? If you want to look at
loading, it's
the
not
silver
loading
lining
anymore.
for Arteta, so
I agree, yeah, completely. I think we've improved this season. I hope we win something, but a lot of people are going to want him gone, even if we win something. It's crazy.
It is a bit mad. It's unusual. I think as a fan base, I don't recognise this in other fan bases. I mean, yeah, like if he wins the Premier League, he is. I don't want to build a statue to him for that, but I'm very grateful. Benny,
Are we answering? Well, I can't remember the question. I just tuned out.
let me
So-
let me help you with the question. The question was, in this age of social media, do you think people should just sit on a panel without paying attention to the questions, or do you think that they should be active participants? Do you think that people who aren't listening deserve
Give him
their
the
own...
foghorn leghorn.
I'm just looking for it now. I'm just doing it.
Nice boy, but doesn't listen to a word you say.
Sorry, I was just sitting up here planning my dinner. What like Arteta, in or out? Sack him in the tunnel if he loses at the Etihad?
Well, I thought that was rhetorical as well.
Some of it,
Why would
when
you
they're in the
sack-
chat, no, they're
I mean,
not.
like, why would you sack him in the top? Like, I don't understand. Well, we're still like, even if we, God hoping we don't, but even if we do lose to City, we are still on top of the Prem by goal difference, I guess. So even if when they win their remaining games, so
Depends how much we lose by.
yeah, we don't.
Oh,
we
don't! Oh, you just sent a shiver. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
what
let's-
if it's a 6-0? I want him sacked before the tunnel.
yeah, that's an easy second, right?
He doesn't
That-
get it to the tunnel. Forget the tunnel. I want
Doesn't
Gabby
even-
Hainter in charge.
He has to go
Oh.
out with the fans. Not even.
Oh
come to
yeah,
this
no
tunnel.
man. He has to get
Nobody
a get a coach back with Lee Judges.
Oh no.
Yeah, he has to ride back with Ty. I've only just seen some of these comments. Just so true. By the way, I think this is for you, Sean. How did you meet Dan, and how crazy is Dan in real life?
All the Dan questions.
Dan looks like a fun guy to party with. Don't you fucking know it?
Oh no. Dan's not going to want me to answer that second one.
Dan looks like the type of guy to keep himself busy until the microwave beeps.
Oh,
Love the sarcasm, Dan. There's plenty of that. Dan looks like the type of guy to keep Adidas in business.
that has been constant, hasn't it? I should call you Three Stripe Dan. That's been around for a long time.
Yeah, well, so's his top. This one is my favourite. Dan's a type to sit on the TV and watch the chair. Dan's a type to steal your last roller and blame it on someone else. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Arteta took lessons from Pep and Wenger. Work hard and don't fall for the romance of attacking football. Don't learn that lesson. I think that's fair. I don't think...
I mean,
Dan's a type...
we were playing attacking football 2 years ago, weren't we? So I don't understand this narrative.
Agreed. I agree with you. Yeah.
I think
Have
he
we been
did...
found out? Have people
think-
adjusted to us?
Yeah.
And we have managed to adapt.
He
Yeah.
didn't get any flowers for that either. Like, we scored more goals than we've ever scored in the Premier League, and everyone went, you didn't win anything. And he goes, all right, well, fucking all right, I'll just go about winning. If all that counts is winning, and now we're winning, and he goes, yeah, but it's not attractive. You just think, do you know what? At a certain point, you just have them adopted, have the fans adopted. Dan, Boy Tendia to steal someone's last roller and blame someone else. What? Dan's the type to sit on the last roller and not realise that's a fact. Cool customer who hasn't got a comment about me, I hope. Everyone seems to know what will happen if we lose a City, but no one seems to know what will happen if we win. Funny. You strike me as a philosopher.
It is
I know
funny.
what will win. We'll win the league.
Yeah.
Job done. Parade. I will personally dig out all the pictures I can find and scout and find where this Man City fan with the Arsenal bottle is and ask him for the fucking bottle back. Typical City nicking stuff. And I will have a field day. I will become what they want us to be is, a fan base with humility. They want us to be good winners. Say things like, it was a great contest and well done to Man City and unlucky to everyone. Come back next year. And I won't. I'll be like, yeah, yes. Players need to think on the pitch and let's clip it over the press. Maybe. Very good. I did invent fire. If you want me to. Actually, diabolical, Rosie. WTF. It's gone random now. That was a question, Dio, because you said you think it fair. Well, I said, yeah. Did you all see what happened on Dan's channel with Lee and Stricto? Is this recently? I'm sure I've seen Stricto. I saw Stricto tell Jez. I saw Positive Dan. I like the beef, to be honest with you. I love watching a bit of the soap opera of Arsenal. But only when we're doing well in the league. When we're not, I don't want to watch any of them. God forbid we lose to City. How much of our remaining fixtures do you think we can genuinely win, and how much would City drop from this? Okay, I'll go around the panel on this one. The remaining fixtures we have, I genuinely thought we'd beat Bournemouth at home. All right? So, caveat everything I'm about to say with I thought that we'd beat Bournemouth home. Now I haven't got a clue anymore. But after City, it's Newcastle at home and Fulham at home. I think we get 6 points from that. The final home game after that is Burnley, so 9 points. And then I think we could get a draw at West Ham and a draw away to Palace. So it's 11 points. 11 points puts us on 81, which means they'd have to win 6 games. It's tough on Man City. From that list, is there any there that people disagree with?
Yeah, I think we'll win the away games as well.
You think
I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose to City and win all the other games.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd do it. That would do it.
And we always see it right when it seems like the season's over. Arteta just changes up, or the team does, and we just play it out like whatever. So it might be a plus. It could be just demoralizing, But I'd like to see us just go out there and just. As some people have been saying, how about we have some fun playing football?
Yeah.
If you're going to work hard on defense and you turn a damn ball over, go and try to score immediately. How about that? Right?
And
that's what teams do to us.
Just try and score in 90 minutes.
It's an easy turnover or a mistake. The last thing they want to do is reset the ball. They want to put the ball in the net, and that's what they've done. Bournemouth, if you look at the 2 goals that they scored, we made one mistake. Madueke made a mistake. Next thing you know, they get a lucky break with the deflection goal. Martinelli, Gabriel gets caught on the ball. He puts it out, gets deflected. Boom, boom, goal. That's how we give up goals. You can't script that. None of that was exactly 100% all on us not having a good defense set up. The ball fell for them perfectly off that deflection from Gabriel.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. But they have to be in that position going forward with the momentum in order for those chances to end up being goal scoring opportunities. Whereas we've got them on their back foot and they're hanging in there, and we make a mistake. It's not a goal scoring opportunity anymore. We're lulling them into a feeling of comfort at our own place, and those mistakes are then becoming goal scoring or goal conceding possibilities. Is the general field tilt we've got wrong, and we just need to get the momentum back.
I'm going to go for this comment here. We've already lost to City in the cup final. If he loses to City again, then that is evidence enough that this guy doesn't learn from mistakes. He'll stick with his bullshit tactics that don't work. Adari, when you say they don't work, they must work a little bit, no? Just a teeny weeny bit, because we could be in the semi-finals of the Champions League after tomorrow if we get a draw against Sporting Club de Portugal. So I don't know, if we finish top in Europe, conceding 1 goal, that feels like quite successful tactics. It seems odd to be saying those tactics don't work, doesn't it? I can't be alone in thinking. I know I'm not. Over to you, Zanzi.
No, we conceded 4 goals in the league.
We made it to a cup final that we hadn't done since the FA Cup, and we were 100% in the group stage. No, there are some good things. My concern isn't the fact that we haven't won something. Is that our style seems to be going backwards.
Yeah, I think if you talk about, I don't know if I feel that way after we played Tottenham or Chelsea so much. I thought Everton was a tough game that we came away with the win, made a bit of hard work of it, but we never looked like losing it. It's all fallen apart since the League Cup. I think you can say that. Our players are knackered. Zanzi, did you say we conceded 4 in Europe? Was I wrong then?
In the league stage, yeah.
Oh, right. So I know we conceded to... Kairat we conceded to as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Bayern, Kairat, and...
Someone else.
But yeah, it's not bad though, is it? 8 games for... Yeah, I think we did all right. I think it's this all or nothing mentality, isn't it? Like, we win a game, very few people say his tactics are genius. You lose a game. I mean, we haven't lost a lot of games this season, have we? Be honest. We've lost 4 in the league.
It's one of those things where it's all timing.
4.
It's all timing, though. It's everything. It's just like everything's bad timing, right? This is probably the worst time to have we could have had this string of games early in the season and probably wouldn't have mattered to us. It's just, same way of our goals. A tight game, we give up a goal, boom, we lose. We drop out. We go from a draw to a loss. I think it's a timing thing.
Hey, listen, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you win every game to the final and then lose the final really badly, people aren't always that grateful. I wasn't trying to rub salt into I said a wound that is probably healed by now, Footy Judge Mo, when I was saying, because obviously he's an Inter fan, and I was like, it's not always a great thing getting to a Champions League final. Like I don't remember I don't watch the 2006 final over and over again and go, oh, that was so close. Oh, what great, the closest we've ever been. How wonderful to nearly touch the silverware that matters most. So obviously, if you get the tactics right all the way to the final game and then lose final badly, then it's a problem. Our timing is terrible in these run-ins. It has been. It's always we've run out of juice at the worst possible time. But
I actually watched that Champions League final just after Campbell scores, and then I turned off.
Yeah, and then no spoilers. No one telling what happened.
Yeah.
So, Mohammed, I do want to get into this with you a little bit. Sack him at the Etihad there and then if we lose. Do you think that's necessarily... Do you think that could happen, would happen? But, this is a weird way of doing it. Who does that?
Spurs.
Not even they've done that. I mean, that's their problem. They held on to managers too. I mean, that just seems like such a weird thing to say. That's not rooted in anything that's ever happened in football, is it? You don't. No teams typically sack the manager who's taken them to the Champions League quarterfinal. I mean, I don't want to say. I think we get past Sporting tomorrow. I think we win 2-0, maybe 2-1, and that's great.
I think when Spurs are in the Championship next season, I think De Zerbi is going to sack Spurs.
I'm not sure he stays. Dan, I hope you haven't stolen anyone's last Rolo and blamed someone else for it. No, of course I haven't. I admitted the guilt, and what are they going to do about it? You don't leave your Rolos around me. One of the 6 on the panel, who do we reckon claps when the plane lands? None. Actually, I don't think any of us are clappers. Has anyone... Go on, be honest. Any one of you? Zanzi?
No.
So, Aklak, that's no one. He told me it was you, Dio. It was Dio. So, does anyone do things before the microwave beeps like a competition? No. What is that, anyway? Dan is the type of guy to catch his reflection while passing mirror and wink at himself.
I can see that. I can see you doing that. Do one of these, yes.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Don't worry, mate. I won't tell him. My lips are sealed.
There's a story there, Sean. There's a story there. Just put it in a private chat.
One story.
He won't even look in a private chat. Just put it in a private chat.
I didn't even know there was a private chat. Just shut up. The rivals better hope we don't win. Yep. The rivals always hope you don't win. That's pretty much what defines them as rivals. My microwave is on the way out. It makes its own time, makes life interesting. Your microwave will outlive our attackers at the moment. I saw the thumbnails of Lee and Stricto and just laughed. No thanks. Next, I do feel for Stricto because he goes on these shows. I think he's really cool, but he just lets people talk over him all the time. Yeah. That's my.
I mean, I don't know if you saw where he talked. He was acting like a friend to Lee Gunner, basically, for about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, but it was like,
yeah,
it was. It was. I think it was heartfelt, but it's one of those weird things. It's like you look at certain people and you're like, and then you're like, this guy's trying to help him out.
It's like that bloke who lives in your bus shelter near you, and you walk past him every day, rain and shine and cold, and he's always trying to get a can of super tea off you or some money for a hot meal. And then you might have had a few drinks yourself on the way home from the pub, and it might be a balmy summer's evening. You think, I'll sit down with this guy and I'll give him some help and some advice. And then he robs your wallet off you, and you think, I shouldn't have done that. But no, best thing to do is just walk right round Lee Gunner and maybe occasionally throw him a cigarette. But
what did one of my mates say many moons ago when I was in Brighton, and I went down with my mate in his dad's car to Brighton, and we're walking down the street, and he got one of these blokes. And he says to my friend's dad, he says, 50p for a cup of tea, Gub? And he says, yes, I've also got a quid for a cream cake. And carried on.
Yes, that's the nice thing to do, is to goad the homeless if you can have some fun at their expense, because they're having a great time. They're paying no rent. Sean, because I know you can't hear Zanzi.
I still can't. No.
I was going to say, one way of getting around that is, it was funny, but you could always put a second screen up of YouTube, and then you'd be able to hear him through the YouTube.
Good idea. I'm on my phone though.
Get a second phone. Get a burner phone. Call it the Zanzi burner.
Get a decent phone.
I can't repeat what he's just said there. That's filth.
Zanzi, that was rude.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, Box Fresh has come straight in with a mood killer. We can beat City and lose to Newcastle. Just a thought, mind. Yeah, nice. Brilliant. But we won't, because we're brilliant. Can we just be fans for a bit? Newcastle are horrendous right now, so I would say more likely to be beaten by City. The panel looked like back. I don't know how this happened to be so funny. The panel looked like Backstreet Boys in 2097, and Benny is their manager, and he's had enough of our shit. And he has to drive the bus as well, because the rest of us don't have our coaching badges. Getting Wenger in for the last 5. Fucking hell, man. Sack Arteta in the tunnel and get FIFA's head of sporting development to manage for the last 5 games. That definitely. He had like 14 years where he didn't win anything, but the 5 games, that'd be brilliant. The other one that makes me laugh is everyone saying, let's get Zinedine Zidane in. Just let's do that. What about Sport Billy? Is he available? What about?
We'll just get Pep in.
Let's get Pep in. Can he do 2 jobs at once?
I have no doubt he could do 2 jobs at once.
Yeah, I think he could manage both teams for the game at the Etihad. Everyone's a winner.
We could steal De Zerbi from Tottenham, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. What have you done to Sean? Bronco V8. You can't say that, Dan. Those facts go against my feelings. I know. I am basically saying facts don't care about your feelings. Every player is failing to express themselves under him. It's not on them at all. They do exactly what he says and ran themselves into the ground. I think that's a really naive viewpoint. Every time you hear an ex-professional talking about it, they go, it's on the players when they get on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, well, Arteta said I have to run across the white line. No, he didn't. I just don't buy that, sorry. I think that's wouldn't it be great if everything was always that simple? The reason everybody's playing badly is because Arteta's told them to. Bayern, K-Rat, Inter. What was the score against Inter?
2-1. 2 or 3-1. Or was that 1-0?
3-1.
1-0. Okay.
No.
Okay, 3-1. Okay. So, and Leverkusen, we didn't play in the league stage, did we? No, we didn't.
We just played them, Leverkusen. We just beat them.
Yeah, but not in the league stage.
No.
So I was saying that I thought we'd only conceded 1 goal in the league stage. Obviously, I'm wrong. Got to do some stuff for work tomorrow? No. Take care all and stay blessed. Have a nice day. Melina, take a day off. Let the criminals go free for a day. Have a Canadian purge. What's the worst that can happen? You don't have real crime in Canada anyway.
They could become Tottenham fans. You never know.
There's no such thing. We used to scare kids with that. Oh, you could turn out to be a Tottenham fan. Come on, you Gunners. Please make sure to like the stream here if you haven't already. Support each other on the panel and other channels too. Yes, please do that. One thing is for certain is that tomorrow, if we don't show up at home, the opposition will eat us live. Oh, don't. No one say 1,000% is the most triggering thing you can say. I really can't deal with it. Stealthy9657 also on loan from DWTT. Thoughts on Saka? Love him. Starboy, let him have a bit of time off. That's all I'd say.
I agree with that one. What you said there. I mean, I think you can't sign him up for 5 years and then burn him and not allow him to get back to any kind of form, and I mean form in sense of health. Let him get this healthy. It's not worth your money to rush him back and then have him broken for the entire contract, right? So just like you said, put him to the side. When he's ready, he's ready. If that's not this season, so be it.
I heard Arteta said he might have a problem with his Achilles, so that's why he's not.
Was it Saka that had the Achilles?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You're right. Yeah.
Carling.
What are the levels of problems you can have with Achilles? Because I immediately heard that because he got sent home from the England training with the Achilles. That's what he said, isn't it?
But he hasn't played since the Carabao Cup game with Man City.
I don't remember that. Was there a Carabao Cup game with Man City? I don't think I remember that. And I don't think we need to say that again. We don't play League Cup finals. Okay, I sense an argument coming. I don't want one. We've seen this movie over and over again, Dan. Can't take it anymore. They won't do it, but that's exactly what it keeps on happening. You don't have to watch. Just putting it out there. If you when people say I can't take it anymore, it's like, oh well. Zandy and I have talked about this often. Our first experience of Arsenal Football Club wasn't sensationally attractive football. It was very bad, and yet we still managed to keep watching. We, in the end of Arteta's era, second place, where we are now is not the hardest football I've ever watched. Sorry. It just isn't. When we were 15th in 95, I thought that was harder. Call me old-fashioned. But people just are getting, I've had enough. I see the same thing keeps happening. Yes, we've been second 3 times in a row. You don't necessarily need to tell a group of people who spend most of... Has any one of you... I'm talking about the guys on the panel... What was the last Arsenal game you didn't watch?
Wow.
Last season.
Yeah.
Now,
Zandy.
for me, it would have been a few seasons back. Arsenal played Everton at the Emirates, and it wasn't broadcast anywhere.
Was that because it was Saturday 3:00 kickoff that they shifted to an evening match? That one.
I can't remember, but it was literally nowhere, not even streamed and stuff like that.
I think you're going back quite a bit now, aren't you? But the only reason I ask that is because you're basically telling a group of people who watch every single match that what's happened in the matches that we've all been watching, and yeah, it is tough. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. I'd still rather be top of the league than not, though.
It's always been
May
tough supporting
32nd. It got real personal between them. Stricto calling Leah drunken and abusing in between. Leah acting like a drunken to no respect with 2 clowns amongst great panelists on that show. I do love it when there's a panel of 6 people and there's only one person doing all the talking. But usually it's me, so that's why I like it. Go get me God. I'll do you one better. Why not get Gus Hiddink in? Oh. Yeah, all right. Can I just do this for a bit of fun? Because it should be fun football. Do you remember? And I'm start with you, Gary, because I think you've gotten away with it a bit on this panel. Riding that fence.
Yeah.
You have to get in a caretaker manager, right? You have to get a caretaker manager in.
A caretaker manager in.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And Arteta's not been sacked. He's just gone, I can't do this anymore. I'm really upset. Lee Gunner's really upset me. I don't want to play. So now you've got to go and find us a caretaker manager.
Javi Alonso. You could take him to the end of the season. Short-term contract.
I'm not going to lie, Gary. You've played a blinder there.
I mean, he's not going to be available after the season.
No.
But...
It's a caretaker. It's not none of that like long term. I'm gonna say though, I think you've won because I was going to go around the rest of the panel and see if anyone could do better, but I think you've cracked that. Go on then, Zandy. You can have a go.
Who's our defensive coach? A German? Him?
Heinz.
Mertesacker.
He's
Heinz.
not German.
Oh, but whatever he
He's
is.
Argentine.
That's the same. Yeah, same difference.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They both got
exactly.
cheese in there.
Huh?
Yeah.
There you go,
What am I thinking? Of course, that's where a lot of them went after the war.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we always go to war against one of them, don't we? Yeah, so one of them two.
What?
Or
the United Kingdom?
Or win the dog.
Win the dog. Oh, I think he's beaten out Xabi Alonso with win the dog. Woof,
Mind you,
woof.
it could be a rough season.
What do you mean?
Rough season if win the dog's there.
Why would it be rough with win the dog?
Oh, he didn't get it.
Rough.
It went over his head. Move on.
I don't
Move
get.
on.
I don't get. What are you saying? Why do you keep saying rough? It's only for the last 6 games. I don't mean the whole season. Take a bow. Greyborn. Such a majestic name. It speaks. It's almost Tolkien-esque, isn't it?
Well, do you know what? I'm going to go for a laugh here, right? What about Arsenal's mascot, Gunnosaurus?
Gunnosaurus. Oh, he's behind win the dog, I'm afraid. I actually hate Gunnosaurus. I really do hate Gunnosaurus. I mean, we have the worst mascot, don't we? It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. No. Well, all right. I'll tie that win the dog and Gunnosaurus. Xabi Alonso not looking so good now.
Damn.
Benny. Sensible Benny.
I'll go for the Zebby.
I've got to give Benny a round of applause for actually knowing what the question was.
I'm not sure he did. Just like when in doubt, say Eze. No, but actually, do you know what? That'd be great. The season we took Eze from them, we just take everything, and we take Vino Venkateshan back as well. Can we have him back?
Oh no.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I haven't missed him. I'll be honest with you.
I haven't missed Edu. I have not missed Venkatesh. So yeah.
I tell you what. Yeah, Edu's barbecues. It's not the same without them, is it? But so where was I? Charles, to the panel. Is Arteta getting sucked into unnecessary PR? These rallying cries, lunch, dinner, call-outs. Is a choice of words or clubs, media, don't they understand the Emirates don't need... Yeah, look, I agree with that 100%. That, I think, is absolutely spot on. I think I listened to The Athletic, and they were having a similar conversation. They were talking about has Arsenal's nerve gone, but I thought it's absolutely brilliant because they were saying they get it so wrong that the mood changes in a stadium. You get them whipped up instead of just doing a pep where he just goes, look, we're going to play. It's a game we have to win. We're going to do our best, and everyone's calm and collected. Instead, we've got our players tearing around, desperately trying to win the game in the first 10 minutes. The fans getting anxious because it's, the things Arteta was saying is it's a really important game. It's a massive game. It's a really important game. Is that the opposite of what a manager's supposed to say? Isn't he supposed to say we're taking it one game at a time and be calm? So does everyone agree with that, or is there any dissenting voices?
I mean, I get what you mean, but I'm still kind of dissenting in terms of the chance to go 12 points ahead of City. That I thought it was kind of more like a special game. Like I could see. I mean, we can see where he's coming from. If we go 12 points above City, then it's I can understand that. I can't hate him for trying to get the crowd worked up so that we can get through the line. So
I feel like that's a really fair point because I don't think at the time he did it that I was cringing. I didn't like the phrase about bring your lunch. It didn't make any sense. But I think maybe I am just being 2020 hindsight and looking back on it and thinking it didn't work. So I accept your point on that. But again, I would still counter it by saying, who does that? You know, if a game's that important, you don't need to tell the fans. The fans will know that it's an important game. The players all know it's an important game. You just don't want to draw too much attention to it being an important game, would be my point. I don't see Alec Ferguson doing that. I don't see Arsene Wenger. They would have done the opposite. They would have said, yeah, look, we're going to go and play our game and hopefully we get the result we need. And then it's after that, we haven't won the league if we beat Bournemouth.
To be fair, those coaches have won things, so they know what it's about. We still haven't. So anything that helps us get, if it's whipping everybody up into a frenzy, that helps us get across the line. If it's everybody going, we need to find out what that thing will be that gets us across the line. Because
I love what. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the problem we have is that none of our players or staff know exactly what it's. I mean, Arteta was at City when they did it. Gabby Haynes has been at Man United when they've done it. I mean, there are some experiences, but they seem they're trying too hard, is what it feels like.
It's like they didn't believe. It's almost like they didn't believe what they saw. Like Arteta sat next to Pep. Supposedly, he was number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saw how at least whatever Pep did show him, he didn't believe any of it because he doesn't seem to replicate some of it. When we like, well, if that was Pep, he probably would have done this, and then like Arteta's, no, we're not going to do that because that's something I've seen that's worked. I'm not going to try it over here. And it's like, yeah, you could try it over here, and see. I just feel like he doesn't believe what his eyes have shown him. He sat next to the guy. Something weird. There's something weird about that. Like for me, I look at like some of the way the players behave and stuff, and I'm like, we don't have any of those type of players on our side. Like when Rodri was, winning the Ballon d'Or, I hated watching him play because he'd just knock over our players and all this kind of stuff, and like none of our players would do that. We don't have that kind of like little bit of a mean streak in us sometimes.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think
I hear that.
Need that. And like, you think about any of our players, any of them going to go out there? What Ben White did when Shersky was doing the keeping up, is he could do it, but then Ben White should be able to respond, and he did. I don't know if anybody else does that. All right.
No, I think you're making some really strong points. I totally, it resonates with me what you're saying as well about sitting next to Pep and then almost stubbornly going, but I want to do it my way. It's like working with a great chef who shows you how to make a perfect omelette, and you go, yeah, I know how to do it that way, but I want to do it a completely new way. And I think that at a certain point, that's a real problem. That there are things that I know that Arteta from behind the scenes documentary All or Nothing, that they have the same attitude to players who are coming with attitude. So I watched João Cancelo today play for Barcelona, and I really thought he was the one that got away when we could have signed him before he was loaned out by Pep because he turned up to training in a bit of a bad mood. Arteta and Pep are very much like everyone's got to be happy all the time. Everyone's got to be in the right frame of mind. And I think, so there are definitely things I think that Arteta has, if not copied, then always agreed with Pep on. But it seems to me like you look at Pep Guardiola's press conferences and he just doesn't look like he wants to be there, but he doesn't say, bring your lunch, bring your dinner. He might say halfway through the season, he might say, you guys are getting a bit complacent as fans. And he might G them up a little bit. But the difference when Pep does it is that he's got all that silverware. He can go, look, do you want me to leave? Or, I've kind of won everything you can possibly win. I like what you were saying because I do feel like Arteta is trying to create his own way of doing things before just win a league, and then experiment like crazy, then do it your way.
I have to admit, before the Man City game kicks off, when Arteta does his press conference, and someone says, well, Mr. Arteta, what are you thinking about the Man City game tomorrow? And he says, well, I'm actually concentrating on the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah. These press conferences, my point on it. It's like, what are we doing here? Tom Canton, I watched his show with Sophie Nicolau yesterday. I think she's brilliant, and I watch her on almost anything. And he said, I've got a question lined up for the press conference. So I actually watched the press conference, and then when his question came in, I can't remember his question, but it's like, What are we pretending that we're asking insightful questions? We're not. The format isn't there. You know, it's just not there. So can you tell us who's fit tomorrow? No. Okay. Can you tell us anything about how you're going to play? Don't want to. All right. What's your favorite color? I'm not going to answer that right now. I've got more important things on my mind. It's like, are you really only here because it's a contractual obligation? Yes. Thank you. It's you know those fucking trials, the mafia trials, and where they just all they do is turn up and go, I plead the fifth, grounds that any other answer I might give may incriminate me. You get more sense out of those than you do out of Arteta's press conferences. Enough for press conferences. I was thinking about this a lot today. I don't remember Arsene Wenger. I think they used to do these press conferences, but in the absence of the media, social media, you never used to see them. You used to just read about them in the paper. You know, who turns up to these press conferences? Who asks any questions that anyone's ever given a shit about? No one. Oh, look at this. Sakalaka Boom Boom. Still the best name. Big up, Dan. It was great seeing you with Tom Canton and Mo. Good talk and discussions. Thank you, man. Wenger with $1 billion walks this league, by the way. I don't know.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, do we have to even have that conversation? Do you know what we should do? Give Wenger 14 years. See if he... No, we did. All right. Well, next question then. Because, I get that he didn't have the same amount of money, but that's because of a thing called inflation. Inflation in football, players cost more. It wasn't like Wenger had the money. He was up against Chelsea who had more money and stuff, but our problems weren't all about money. We choked under Wenger as well. People write history, don't they? Also, good night, Miss Melina. I'm so glad you're here. When are you next coming on the panel? I say that every time I see you. Wenger sport a generation of Arsenal fans. Yep. One thing I can tell you is football doesn't come into your house without consent, so you're all good. Stuyvenberg is the caretaker. Airport Albert, no. Let's be honest.
I still go back to that game. He coached against City, and we had City, and he had Pep pulling his hair out. And I go, so whatever he did, he actually made a statement to me. I don't know if he could do it again, but that was
imagine if 5-1 Miles Lewis Skelly scores and does another one of those Buddha celebrations. The fifth goal goes in. Boy 10 years got to give it to win the dog. Mohammed Debaya, what's the panel say on Arteta now, including you, Dan? Quickly, I say, can I answer this in June? I'll find it easy because look, the reality is it doesn't matter. Every Arsenal fan's been asked this on every panel for the last what seems like ever. And the reality is, if we quickly went around the panel, it wouldn't make any difference at all because ultimately most of us are like, he could be only the second man in Arsenal's history to make 2 Champions League semi-finals, and he might have done it back to back. So we could beat Atletico Madrid, a team that we've already beaten 4-0 once this season. We could beat them in the semis to get to a final, becoming only the second man in Arsenal's history to get to a Champions League final. This is mind-blowing. Things you hear in football, you think that can't possibly be true. Sadio Mane is the last man to score a goal on the losing team in a Champions League final in 2018. Since then, no losing team in the Champions League final has scored a single goal. Isn't that mad? So all I'm saying is we get a goal up in the Champions League final. We're nailed on to win it. If we win the Champions League final, all these comments, all these people, all this hate, all this, are you Arteta in or out? Isn't that going to sound daft? So can I just hold my... I will say Arteta in until June, and if he hasn't won anything, then I'm Arteta out. Zanzi?
I'm going to wait 41 days, mate, and give you an answer.
Okay. Benny?
What's the question?
I think like most, yeah, what's the question? Like most sensible Arsenal fans, I think it's you wait to the end of the season when everything.
No, you've got to decide now.
No,
well, otherwise we won't be able to win the dog in.
I think they is it the Arsenal cast? Arsenal cast is a really good Arscast,
yeah.
Really good really good show about Arsenal, and they
Arsblog with
yeah,
James
Arsblog.
McNicholas, and
Yeah.
he's the guy who invented the phrase St Totteringham's Day. He's an absolute legend.
they were asking. They said they had a lot of like fan mail asking them this question, and it was like, it just doesn't make any sense when you're still in competitions to give an opinion on the manager. It's also about just respect the team. Let them go. Let the season finish its course before you make any assertions. No.
You know what? You're so right. And like, I've been saying this, I said it on Footy Judge Mo earlier. I can't think of another fan base that does this. You know? Okay, so Real Madrid might do this because to them, being on the edge of a Champions League semi-final, yeah, so what? Bayern Munich might do this. In fact, I could see Bayern Munich doing this. But in England, Liverpool fans, if they were top of the table, 6 points clear, but playing badly at the moment, would they be calling for Arne Slot to go?
I mean, even tonight, they were like, they wanted the PSG, they wanted to be out of all the cups before they gave an opinion on whether to have Slot out. Like, they're saying Slot out now, but like they wanted them to be in contention for no cups before they gave an opinion on the manager, which I think is a sensible take, because if they get into the semi-finals or the final of the Champions League, then it's a different discussion you're having.
Yeah, Benny, I am so in agreement with you, and I think your point was any sensible fan would feel the same way. So why are we constantly asked this question? Why does it keep coming up? Why is our fan base, the one fan base I can think of, that would say things like sack him in the tunnel? Sack him at breakfast. Sack him a month. All of this is just constant. I think I referenced this before, but on Deluded's channel, Kenny Ken was talking about it. DJB were talking about it. Massive love to DJB. And they were basically talking about Arteta and whether he should go or not. And I said, would you sack him now? And Kenny Ken was like, don't ask that. You're just trying to bait me into saying I'd sack him now. And I'm like, no, but you're discussing it now. So if you're discussing it now, surely it's something you discuss now. Otherwise, can we just discuss it at the end of the season like any sensible person would once you've got more information? If he wins nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a new manager. I'm not saying everyone should feel like that or will feel like that, but there's nothing wrong with it. But if you could still win the Premier League and the Champions League, and you're the only team in the country that could still win the league and the Champions League, then he can't be doing everything wrong. And tonight we've had his tactics are broken. He'll never win anything. And you just think, I don't know of any other team that would do that. If Everton or Leeds or Aston Villa or Chelsea were in our position now, Chelsea, people say, they sack their managers all the time. Not usually on the eve of a semi-final of the Champions League, though. Not usually top of the table. When was the last time anybody sacked their manager when he was top of the table? If it's never happened before, how is it something that we've had to discuss all season? Most of which we've been at the top of the table. You go, yeah, would you sack him at Christmas? Oh, yeah, but being top at Christmas doesn't mean anything. No, but it's still better than being not top at Christmas, isn't it? It's still harder to be top at Christmas than it is to be fifth at Christmas. People aren't talking about... now talking about Eddie Howe being sacked. Sorry, Benny, was that you putting your hand up?
Yes, unfortunately, I have to go. I have one more point.
Should we just pretend we didn't hear that?
Yeah. I have one more point that I need to get out of here. But thank you guys for the company. The point I was going to make is I don't think there should be any need to call for the team in terms of motivating the team. I think it's really easy to motivate the team this week. All they need to do is bring the picture of that Man City fan.
Yeah.
Put that up in the changing room.
Yeah.
Of him drinking the Arsenal bottle. Just put that up. If that doesn't motivate the players, I don't know what would. Because this team will, if they bottle it again this season, they are going to be in the dictionary. They will probably change bottle to Arsenal in the dictionary.
stop it.
The amount of times we've done it. So this team, if they want to be associated with that term, they can go ahead. But just to motivate them, just put that picture on. Take that picture with them. Let that be a reminder of what everybody else thinks of them. So
Amen.
I'm hoping for a better performance against. Like, I'm not saying we're gonna beat Man City. I'm not that confident, obviously, with how we're playing. But I hope we have a better performance. I
felt you. That's such a good point, and thank you for making it before you go. And I just want to say I wholeheartedly agree. If we beat City at the Etihad, that guy can take some of the credit for it, because I think if there was one final thing you needed, would be like I 100%. I am certain that Arsene Wenger's put that guy's picture up in the dressing room, and I am certain that it will make. If you can't see that man do that and know he's talking about you and your career and how you will be perceived forevermore, then you don't deserve anything but that man and his stupid little Arsenal bottle, which apparently was given to him for free. Cheaty, horrible club. But Benny, thanks for being here. Hopefully, you'll be around tomorrow to celebrate us getting through to the semi-final.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm not sure I will be near the computer, but I will try. I'll try and get on. If it's
you're here, you're here. And if you're not, you'll be talked about.
Okay, see you
So,
guys.
as
See you,
soon as you
Benny.
get off tonight, you'll be talked about, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Let him
So I
go
won't-
first.
I can't remember.
All right, cheers, Benny.
See you, Benny.
Let me go through some of these. Serginho. I love the name. Is that what I say now? Right? Serginho. This pathetic fan base will appreciate Arteta more when he walks and wins a quad with either Madrid or PSG next season. Ooh, yes. No, but then they'll flip and go, oh, I always thought we should give him more time, because they're not accountable. Arteta is the sole reason why we're a relevant club and not the joke club we were before he signed him. That's going to be contentious. Flybury says bring in Slagers. Love it. Or we sack this clown and get serious. Yeah, there's nothing that says I'm deadly serious and not some sort of circus clown than sacking the man who's top of the league. That's one way to show him you're serious. And bring in Sean Dyche. Would that make us even more serious? You guys don't appreciate the fact that Arteta hasn't been properly backed since he signed. I think he's been backed a bit, though. And I don't know how you know what I think anyway. No, Arteta does that to maintain the standards these fucking cowards have been slacking for the last 2 months. Okay. A lot of anger around, isn't there? There's a lot of why? What is it about online? Because people get all aggressive online and then, probably not so aggressive in real life. Luis Enrique, give him the fucking... Yeah. Right. Tell me you're a little bit naive without telling me you're naive. Luis Enrique has a job. He's just got through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm not sure he would jump ship to come and manage a team that's just got through to... Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we get him in summer, but I don't think he's coming if we sack Arteta before then. Maybe just play without a manager. Is that the next idea? Noni is a shopping trolley this manager chose to keep over Ethan, by the way. Yeah. At this point, I'm so over the Arteta saga. It's not healthy for anyone, especially the club and players. Just get it done already. Yeah, agreed, Jose. Who are you bringing to replace Arteta? He just said once. Ironically, having studied under Pep on his resume is probably a large part of why he got the job at Arsenal. According to Stan Kroenke, it wasn't, but I'm sure it didn't hurt. Here we go. Cool customer. Counterpoint. Arteta cannot beat Pep to a title by operating like him with less quality tools. I don't think he has been this season, but I do agree that there is an element of that. From La Masia to playing with Ronaldinho and Wenger, but a copy of Moyes. What? Harry had an excellent question to which Arteta brushed it off. Jose, yeah, I was going to ask you about this earlier because you mentioned it earlier. What was the question? I didn't remember. I know he asked a question. I tend to drift about as badly as Benny does when I'm talking during press conferences. I was like,
I'm gonna head out myself.
No, I'm sorry, Gary. We've lost one already. Should we just listen? Let me go through it. Gary, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
and
thank
for
you.
bringing curtains. We're going to wrap this up, guys, because they're
Yeah.
dropping like flies up here. Also, never being honest in interviews, just
All right.
stopping with the effing
Thanks, Dan,
riddles.
for having me.
Hey, Gary.
Cheers, Gary. See
Take
you
care,
soon,
and-
man.
There, Gary.
Oh, thank you.
I will never forget someone on YouTube made a big deal that Arteta spent more than Emirates cost, but of course some person did not take into account inflation. Shocker, yeah. A lot of people, including Arteta out crowd, don't take into account that Arsenal are only 5th highest spenders in the league. Zanzi's always mentioning that. He'd be only the second former Premier League player to win the league as a manager if he does it. Oh. Who's the first? Oh, hang on. Who's the only former Premier League player to win the league? Kenny Dalglish doesn't count. Does he? Are you talking about Kenny Dalglish? Nah. Who's the Premier League? Who? Come on, guys. Just the three of us now. We can do this.
Roberto Mancini. Oh no, he's got to be Prem. Fucking idiot. Excuse my language.
No, I would have been unable to forgive you had you used anything less than that language. Fucking idiot. It's about right, I thought.
Yeah.
So let me go through it. So it's not Mancini, it's not Conte, it's not Jose Mourinho, Alec Ferguson. I'm guessing you mean Kenny Dalglish, but he didn't play in the Premier League. He played in the First Division. He's I love it. Second former Prem player. Did you mean just First Division? I'm going to have to roll through these. If the club received £1 for every YouTube show that had a discussion of Arteta and out could possibly fund a summer transfer window, so true. That is so true. I blame the Zionists to push the algorithm. Oops, wrong show. Well said. Well saved. I think the Arteta in, Arteta out questions are a litmus test of whether someone wants to continue to watch a YouTube stream. Will it confirm my bias or challenge my beliefs? That's a fair point, isn't it? It's like when a YouTube discussion descends to that's what the Nazis did, and you're like, oh, that's that one then. City fans are hating on Pep, wanting him out, and then they're on for a domestic treble. Slot wanted out despite winning the league last season. Agree on waiting to finish the season, though. Yeah. No. No, my question was much less complicated than that. I said, is there any fans that want their manager sacked when he's top of the league? City fans never wanted Pep sacked when he was top of the league, and Liverpool fans never wanted Arne Slot sacked when he was top of the league. Liverpool fans want Arne Slot sacked now that he's sick, and City fans had a little meltdown when they thought he wasn't going to win this league. Now they think he is. They love him again, and when they don't, they'll probably hate him again. But not when he's top of the league. Arsenal social media is a science experiment. Oh, rude 1 star with the quote of the day. Yes, it is. And we're winning. I don't intend to trivialise schizophrenia, a very serious disease, but the Arsenal fan base is collectively schizophrenic. Malt Licky Texas, I love that. Unfortunately, it is a misuse of the word schizophrenia, which obviously comes from the direct root of the word schizophrenia is a split in the brain. And it's a very serious condition, and I don't want to trivialise it either. I think our fan base are just naive. Gary and I discuss this regularly. I'm sorry for you. We should all sue Arsenal. Question to the panel. Charles. Well, he's linked now from Gary's show. He's jumped over to Gary's show to come back. It's a weird life. Do you think Arsenal fans are entitled or desperate when they make the sack now calls in April, entitled to win an honour every 1 or 2 years? I think, here's my view on it, and I'll go to the panel in a second. I think a lot of them are young and they grew up with Arsenal being absolutely brilliant, and they thought what they were signing up to was a long-term success where they could just lord it over other fans and act like they were better than them. You know, I've seen people say this like Turkish and saying, oh, you know, when I was at school, we used to be able to put our chest out and say we were the best team. And you think, right, but you were silly, because if you thought that was going to be that forever, then you misread the situation. Being a supporter of any football club comes with the risk that your team may not be as good as everybody else's. You may end up getting relegated. Speak to Tottenham about it. Speak to Chelsea about it. Man City, Manchester United, every team's been relegated except us. So I'd bring Wenger in for the last 2 weeks. But boys, on the panel, what do you think? Do you think that... do you think it's entitled to win an honour every 2-3 years? What is the reason for that?
For thinking he should be entitled.
Yeah. Do you think Arsenal fans are entitled or desperate when they make the sack now calls in April? Entitled to win an honour every 1 or 2 years as if they were like before, or desperate for one?
I don't know. Stupid, I think.
That's probably less generous than I was being.
was going to say, if not being funny, if the decision was made by the public, there'll be no teams left.
Yeah. It's known as Plato's ship, isn't it? The idea that you would, if you were the captain of a ship, you could either trust the navigator who tells you have to sail through rough waters, or the crew who tell you that it's better to go the long way round through calm waters. One person is an expert and has been paid and brought on the ship specifically to steer the ship, but you trust the mob instead, and that doesn't usually go well. If you're going to... The problem I have with a lot of these people who have very simplistic ideas. Just bring in... I saw this on AFTV. I know maybe it wasn't, it was Forever Arsenal, but whatever it was, they were saying, just get Zidane in. Give him the money and tell him to do it. So, well, here's the thing. How many times has Zinedine Zidane got to say, I don't want to manage in the Premier League? And then find out he's been offered the France national team job, which apparently he covets and would like to do. And then still trying to somehow talk him into come to Arsenal. It's so easy when you say it like that. It's, well, make him. Right. Well, okay. Yeah, well, we'll do that then. Yes, I see what you're saying. Bundle him in the back of the A-team's van and have him manage us under gunpoint, and then we would definitely be brilliant, wouldn't we? So, but the answers are so simple. The answers are so simple. It's always like, well, just get someone in who can win the league. Oh yes, of course. Now that you say that, is Unai Emery still busy, or then Jose?
Hopefully, Unai Emery is very busy, so we never go back to him.
I think he might be out of work for a while, if and we still wouldn't go back to him. I don't think Arsene Wenger would be uplifting to the players. Benny, you're right on that type of motivation. Benny's gone, so I'm way behind. 10 minutes behind. Hold on, agree with Benny apart from one thing. We didn't bottle it before. We just didn't come first. Fair. Good evening, all. Stan the Man 450. Good evening to you. And when you say Gary, you mean Homer. He does. Now that Rosie said that, I do hear him sound like Homer. Please make sure you've pressed that like button and that you're subbed to the channel. We should do an airline one of those. In the event of an emergency, please pray. Roberto Mancini didn't play in the Premier League.
No, neither did Dalglish, because he finished playing for Liverpool in 1990.
That's right, as player manager. Blackburn manager can't be. So Jose says no, it's former Premier League guys. Who is it? I'm dying to know.
There isn't anyone. I just had a look through the list of managers of the Premier League, and no one there.
Klopp, Slot, Mancini, Pep Guardiola, Alec Ferguson, Kenny Dalglish, even Howard Wilkinson. He wasn't even a Premier League manager. So
right.
Yeah,
the list is, you got Ferguson. He never played in the Premier League. Guardiola didn't. Wenger didn't. Mourinho didn't. Kenny Dalglish didn't, but he played in the Football League. Yeah. Ancelotti never played in the Premier League. Mancini didn't. Pellegrini, not that I can remember. Ranieri, I don't think so. Conte didn't, and Klopp didn't, and Slot didn't.
Yeah, so I think it must be Dalglish that he was talking about. Unless you could lose Baby Steve to say he wants Pep sacked. I'm sorry, you aren't convincing me that any City fan wanted him sacked. No, I mean, I saw lots of talk shows, lots of panel shows where people said, I think, didn't Hamza want him sacked? He made a handful of appearances for Leicester City. Who did? No, he didn't. Who did? Mancini? No, he didn't. Did Mancini play in the Prem? Apparently did. Mancini. I don't... Well, part of me thinks it's the only one who could be, really.
Oh, 2001 on loan for Leicester, 4 games.
Wow. Great question. Hats off to that question. Loved that question. Do that again, but not tonight because we've got to wrap up. I think Arsenal fans like myself are just desperate to win something because I, for one, am tired of being bantered and roasted by the rival fans and being called insufferable. Yeah, no, I think we all feel like that, but life doesn't just do that, you know? Life doesn't do that. I mean, Newcastle fans waited 72 years for a League Cup and now they're 13th in the Premier League, you know, and they're not, like, it just doesn't, you don't get what you want. You get what you work for. And unfortunately, we have none of us can do anything about wanting to win the Premier League except attach our hopes and prayers to the team that do their best. Mancini played for Leicester. Brilliant, mate. Absolutely love that. Google is your friend. I think it's more problematic if Arteta wins nothing this season and the fans just accept it. They're not going to, though, are they? Charles is back. Rafinha to Atletico Madrid. Fans on DAZN cameras. You're going home next round. Nice to bar confidence in us or SPO, the Guna channel. Rafinha to Atletico Madrid. Fans on DAZN cameras. You're going home next round. Nice to bar confidence in us, or I think he's just trying to banter. I don't know who's going home next round. It's going to be a Champions League semi-final. I just hope we get to it, mate. That's mad, isn't it? Yes, Mancini was on loan. Some Arsenal fans will kidnap Zidane to make him manage Arsenal, and then find out he's not that good. I don't know. That could happen. Roberto Di Matteo did not win the Premier League. He did win the Champions League. Mancini made his Prem debut against Arsenal. Is that true? Funny you mentioned steering the ship. April 14th, 15th, 1912, when the Titanic went down. All the millets here. Straight in with every week a Titanic reference. I mean, I don't know. Hamza is an Arsenal fan cosplaying as a City fan, but he can't take off the costume because he's in too deep. Mate, I'm not claiming him. He's not one of ours. I like garlic and herb Mancini. Prefer ravioli. Spencer, take care. Ravioli gives me the fear. School meals took care of that. Yeah, true that. I credit Mr. Tom with that bit of trivia. Mr. Tom's a genius. We've come to the end of the comments. And thus... Oh, there's one more comment. School dinner rice pudding still gives me the chills. And now the problem for Hamza, no one wants to claim him. Yeah, I definitely don't. We're not having him.
Rice pudding with a splodge of jam in the middle.
Yeah, I never liked it.
Then you mix it all up and it's all turned pink.
No, just
Nice.
I never liked it. Couldn't get my head around it. Don't know what you're talking about.
What about
It's not the
tapioca?
risotto. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had
Frog
it.
spawn.
I don't think I've ever had tapioca.
No.
I don't know what happened at my school because that's a school dinner, isn't it? Like people don't have that at home.
No.
Do you mean,
I never had it at school either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I've never had it, but I've
Well,
heard
no,
of it.
it was served, but I looked at it and I thought, nah, fuck
Oh,
off.
what? You had a choice. Oh, you went to a la-di-da school, did you? You probably had
No,
a
that
butler.
was it. Tapioca? No, fuck off.
Yeah, that's it. We
I'll
didn't
go
get a
play
choice whether
football.
we eat it or not.
Yeah.
You'd have to eat what they put in front of you.
Well, no, because we had to. Oh, all right. So you sat down and they gave you fucking service, did they? We had to go fucking get it. I was at the.
No,
bloody
yeah, we had
counter.
to go and get it and take it back to a table and eat it.
Yeah, but if you didn't like it, you wouldn't get any. You just go out and play football.
No, you didn't get to choose what you take away. They gave it to you and you went and ate it. But we never had tapioca.
No.
I ate everything I was given. Spam fritters, jam fritters, fritters, potato fritters. Fritters were a thing, weren't they? What else? Yeah, I remember we had two types of mashed potato. We had twice a week we'd have mashed potato. Once it would taste like butterscotch. And I worked out years later it's because they used the same ladle. It's like, boop. You know, they used to do you the ice cream scoop of...
Yeah.
That's just terrible. Start salmon tomorrow, right in place of white. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck around, find out. School custard, yellow cement. School custard with a thick skin. I don't mind the skin on custard. You're all a bit too...
Oh, yeah. School custard, so especially if it's bananas and custard.
Yeah, that I do remember. I remember chocolate pudding with chocolate custard.
Yeah.
That's imaginative, isn't it? It's like stick some
There is
custard on there.
one thing that I haven't had in a while for me, which is Jamaican cake with custard.
See, that's the one that used to trip me up all the time. It got into a routine, so I think that was because it looks like chocolate cake, but it's not. And what's that about? As a kid, I was like ginger.
Don't think I've ever had Jamaican cake.
It's ginger cake,
That's
Oh,
what
right.
it is, ginger cake with custard.
and it's not an idea that really works. To be honest with you, I now quite like ginger beer and ginger in things, but as a kid, it looked like chocolate, and it was always like, oh. I mean, it's always one of them. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, first bite, and then you'd have to finish it. That's what I mean. Like our school, we had the most fierce people in our school. Wasn't the headmaster? It was the dinner ladies. You weren't allowed to. There was none of this wiping some off of it onto it. You used to have to put your plate. No one's leaving anything. What the fudge? Damn, Rosie, you didn't. Over what was this? Every school mash was made by the devil. There was one a week that was quite nice, but it was always fish fingers and chips on a Friday. That was the saving grace of a school canteen. Guys, thanks for the show. Catch up soon. Night night. Sandy, brilliant to have you here, man. So glad you came. Chocolate milk sounds like we never allowed chocolate. Also, God, I'm getting right on one now. You used to get those. I'm old enough to remember they used to get bottles of milk in school.
Yeah. I used to be a milk monitor.
No, that doesn't surprise anyone. But the thing that was a shock to me was that some of the more affluent children in my class, and we had some, their parents would fork out for Nesquik. And they would let them take the tub of Nesquik to school. But the school teachers would always insist they weren't allowed to put the Nesquik into the disgusting milk that had been left out in the warm sun. And so we used to just have to drink. I don't like milk to this day. Let them put the Nesquik in. Child abuse, basically. Fuck shops are better than cafeterias. Tuck shops. I thought I misread that. Fuck shops are better. Have loved chocolate cake. Jamaican ginger cake with custard is top. No, it's not.
See, Rosie knows what she's talking about.
No, trust me. When it comes to food, no. I don't like avocados. Not cake. I instantly gag if I see deviled eggs. Like, I don't mind deviled eggs. What's wrong with deviled eggs? Hot milk gives me the fear. It's when you can already see it separated into cream at the top.
Oh, yeah, it used to be nice, that.
Nah, man.
Do you remember you used to get the bottles of milk with the little silver tops all
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
drops
silver
down?
top.
Yeah, and then the birds used to speck it.
Yeah, and used to get one of those really thin blue straws and dash it through. But then Maggie came along and took all our milk away.
Yep.
And the country's not looked back since, to be honest with you. Hot milk and cereal. Shredded wheat with warm milk. I feel like I'm doing a poem about an England that's gone now. Hot shreddies with milk. The milkman's bottles jangling in his crate. School milk has left Dan traumatized. Yeah, it has. No, you're absolutely right. Ice cold milk with a packet of... okay. Tres Leches cake. We'll have to... I like it. I love it when we get a new thing that isn't bananas on pizza. Boy Tendio, I'm talking to you. Tres Leches, 3 milks cake. What the hell? Let's give that a try. Greyborn, there is a style to these things. I usually I go around the panel and ask you for your final thoughts. Not that these have to be your final ever thoughts. I just want to make that clear. You may think when you leave, but as we close out tonight, what have you enjoyed? What would you do differently? Who would you have killed?
Many people. No, I'm joking. To be honest,
It doesn't work when you say I'd have many people killed. Only joking.
I've absolutely got nothing really at the moment. It's just obviously the stuff that I've been reading about, and that's about it. But I won't go on to that. I'll probably go on to that on the next time.
Good. Well, I've enjoyed having you on, and I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes.
Zanzi, final thoughts. But before you do, may I just, because we've got a couple... Boyd, if you're feeling like you need to gain some weight, mix some condensed milk and a cereal of your choice. Can I recommend condensed milk and tinned peaches? Blitz that together. That's a touch.
That's not tinned peaches.
Mixed with condensed milk, honestly, it's next level. Yeah. Are you doing a watch along, Dan? I'm probably not. No, we'll come on straight after. I think I'll be too nervous, to be honest with you. And also, it went so well during the League Cup final. Although I do now have, look, I have the scoreboard, Sabutio scoreboard.
Oh, awesome!
No expense. Can you even see that? Like, the scores change. It's bloody brilliant. That is. Right, so I've steered us away from the ending again. Great show, guys. Really appreciate it. Jose is nothing without you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming on the and cheering me on in the old Judge Mo. I don't think there's a footy Judge Mo. Sorry, I don't think there's a cake I've not baked. Toffee apple is one of my faves. Or lemon drizzle. I love a lemon drizzle. And Black Forest slices. Condensed milk makes everything great. Maybe not meat. First 2 huge matches for us this week. Do or die settings in full effect. Ooh. Sorry. The floor is now yours, Zanzi.
It's been emotional, Dan.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah. But I have to admit, it's great seeing me old mucker there, old Sam.
Yeah.
Sam Ways.
That is Tolkien-esque.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You can do it, Frodo.
I feel like you could just carry this on for ages, but I'd have to leave you to it.
Yeah.
Like,
As for all those people in the chat, brilliant. Big up for them.
levels,
Big up.
aren't they?
Big up,
They
whatever
are
big up means. I
next
haven't
level.
still a fucking clue means of it.
Massive elevations. It
Yeah,
it
massive
means
elevation.
basically Wagwan.
Oh.
Yes, I'm learning a little of
Patois.
the language of the youth.
Hmm.
Big up and bless up yourselves. If Jez can do it, I can do it.
Right. I think I'm a bit too old to do wog wong.
No,
Stuff
but
like that.
I think Jez is older than you, and if he can stay young and youthful and get into beef with the Ute them,
With the Ute. Yeah.
yeah, I'm still I've got Duolingo, but it's already decided.
And you know, you're talking about people raging about football. You should see what they fucking do in games, online games. Mate, they go fucking mental.
You think I don't know that? I played professional poker for a living, and some of which I played online because you could make a lot of money online. And
Oh, yeah,
people
but no.
used- no. Hear me out. And people used to call me every name under the sun. So one day I thought, you know, it'd be nice. I'll take a weekend off playing poker online where everyone insults me, and I'll buy myself an Xbox and some games. And I got myself one of those, like you're wearing, one of those headphones. And I thought, what's this for? And I plugged it in, and I felt you could talk to people during games. So, oh, this will be fun. So I played FIFA. I logged FIFA up, and no one was saying anything. I had the thing, hello. No one was saying anything. And this opponent I was playing against, and he was selecting teams, and I was like, oh, I looked, and he was like Argentina, Brazil. So I thought, oh, we're playing nations. Okay, well, I'll pick Argentina then, and then click play without realizing that he'd gone back to Inter Milan or some club team. We then played. Not a word was spoken by anyone. I somehow beat him 2-1, even though I wasn't very good, and thus began the tirade of all tirades. You effing C, you had to pick a national team to beat me. You C word, effing C word, effing C word. I was like, well, this isn't as much. Okay, by then, got out. This prick followed me around every game I played, just saying the C word at me. And I was like, this doesn't really affect me, but this isn't why I'm here. So then I stopped playing FIFA altogether and went on to this Battleships game. And I was dreadful at it. And it was one of these multiplayer games, and I'm dreadful at it. And 1 minute I'm in an aeroplane and I'm fucking that up. And then every now and again you'd hear, who's the fucking idiot in the destroyer? And I'm like, well, that's probably me. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so I'd almost given up when I was loading up one of these games. And it's like multiplayer games. And I'm loading it up, and it's the 2-player on each side. So the Americans versus Japanese. And I get this voice going, have you played this before? And I was like, no, I've never played this before. Right, just do what I tell you. We'll have a bit of fun here. We'll be the Japanese. I love it when we beat the Japanese and we beat the Americans. They go absolutely crazy like that. And he was literally, are you in our submarine? Yeah, don't do that, mate. You're ruining it. Get out of the submarine. Get one of the planes. You can't fuck it up from there. And he was just the most fun I've ever been with. But after that, I was like, everyone in the gaming world is 14 years old and is coming to terms with their first erection and taking it out on me. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking tired of it. It's like, what is it with you? What is it with parents? How comes these parents haven't killed these kids? Just genuinely, how have they not killed these kids yet? Because
In front of social services is what it is.
You know,
Unbelievable.
what one of the funniest things me and Sam ever did, we were playing this game called Scum. And we'd
About
been into
Tottenham.
this. Well, yeah, called
You
Tottenham.
take over Tottenham for a week.
We've been into this town, and we got these storage boxes, metal ones. I think, oh, we'll add them because there's an abandoned base. No one was there. There's nothing in the storage boxes. So we had, I think, 4 storage boxes. So we had 2 each, and we were walking them back. And you can walk them back by picking them up, dropping them, picking them up, dropping them like that. And all of a sudden, we heard whoop, 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 and the police car turned up.
Bearing in mind, sorry, Zanzi, but bearing in mind, this is a role-playing server that we're on. So just before, like,
yeah. So anyway, this cop turned up. He says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Hey, just taking these boxes back home. We've just taken them for a walk." And me and Sam started laughing, and that was it. We just couldn't carry on.
Yeah. The whole idea of online just had no appeal to me after that. I was like, everywhere I go, and then I got emails from this guy I played football with. You're a C word. I was like, yeah, but I've never denied it. I've always said, like, I am a C word. I am a dickhead, but I didn't. I felt like, when you're explaining yourself to death, because like I thought you were going to be Argentina, so I picked a. I didn't know you were going to be Inter Milan. I wasn't looking. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't hate you. Can I speak to your mum, please? I think I owe her money. The reality is that there's a lot of keyboard warriors and people who think that's how. I see that in the Arsenal fan base as well. There's a lot of people with this rage. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? We were saying like, oh, it ruins my weekend. It makes me really angry. It ruins all of our weekends. But Lee Judges is my age, and he's going, "Arr!" And you think, there's no point in your life where you go, yeah, it's not working for me anymore. I can't just keep doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm having a tantrum. I'm rolling around on the floor of a supermarket because mum won't buy me the cereal I want. And then I'm 50 and I'm still doing it. And I still, maybe I just buy my cereal somewhere. Yeah, anyway, I love this comment, by the way. Oh God, where's it gone? The first of 2 huge matches for us this week. Do or die settings in full effect. But someone else wrote, these are the weeks you should live for. The Mortlake, Texas, it's on tomorrow night. I'm not sure I'll do a watch along, but if I do, it'll be an up an hour beforehand. But certainly after the match, I'm here. This is Jose saying, as a fan, these are the weeks you really should live for. Let's see what the gods have in store for us. Brilliantly put. That's my favourite comment of the night. Left it late, but came in. CONCACAF Champions Cup is live soon, as well as Copa Sudamericana. Matches are in. Anyone wants to watch some North American footy, MLS Open Cup matches also live. I might give that a little. Dan played War Thunder. Was it called War Thunder? Maybe it was, Need a streamer. Do you know I could be really amusing because I was so bad. Everything I did. It's like when I bought the boys the Xbox and there's that Star Wars game on it and there's 3 settings. You can play it at treacle speed, which is like the speed I play it at, where you can basically everything happens at a nice slow pace, or the speed they play it at, which is where it's the Matrix. I can't even see what's going on. I'm really shit at everything. I'm not terrible at FIFA though. We should start a FIFA or private gaming league amongst us. Yeah, let's do that because I am terrible at it and you could all enjoy that. Yes, let's do it. Oh, look, Anthony's here. What time do you call this? 1:37 in the morning. Good show earlier with Mo. You sorted that badge, that glooming. It just totally ruins me. This badge is a fucking disaster. I'm not even pretending it isn't. Sorry, guys. No expense. Jose! Like, all of you. Have you finished your final monologue, or did I cut in? Do you need to finish it?
No, you cut it as normal, mate.
That's what I do.
So all I was just going to do is round up saying that we love your badge, mate. What anyone says, even if it's on the wonk.
It's not just on a wonk. It's peeling. How's it my fault? I bought a decal, I put it on the wall, and it just comes off. What am I supposed to do, I might get a builder in.
Did you clean the wall before you put it up?
Several years before.
Yeah.
I've got better things to do with my time than clean walls, Sandy. That'd be ridiculous.
And it's good to see Mr. Herbert here now, isn't it? Eh?
It is. It's lovely to see him. We've had a really good crowd in. I'm really.
I bet old Mr. Herbert was on a date with some sheep.
No. I just want to say, as is customary, but I never want to forget. Like, just brilliant. Really appreciate all of you. For making this a place I love to come and for being such great banter in the process. And we had 7 people on the show tonight. That's a record. 7 people. Wonderful. Thanks to all of you. But mostly thanks to the chat, because that's where all the good stuff happens. And tomorrow we're back up for the celebration or commiseration. We get a lot of people in. Do you know, like, whenever it's a shit show, that Sunday night, we had so many people in. It's like everybody just comes on as soon as we're doing badly. It's like, oh, I want to talk about this.
Well, I've just seen Anthony's comment.
Just woke up for a late night piss, Zanzi. One of my 4 late night pisses. It's my late night, my midnight, and my morning piss I likes to do, and I only get up for 3 of them. Right. Okay, that'll do me. End the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Until I see you tomorrow or beyond, be lucky and lots of love.
Cheers, thanks, bye.